foundation inspection. Now we've got downpipes here, good for gutters coming here. That's a very good thing, having gutters. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't have them. But what you need to do is you need to put an extension on the gutter downpipe. You want to make the remove the water about 2 to 4 feet out from the actual foundation edge. Now the reason you want to do that is you don't want water concentrating in this area here. This is a Texas thing because of our expansive soils. The ground where you get it very wet in one area but dry in another, the ground where it's wet expands and it can distort the foundation and of course lead to problems like cracks in the bricks, sheetrock, doors sticking, etc. So they want to be carried out about 2 to 4 feet. Again, you see you've got the downpipes. So here's the downpipe extension you've fitted. This is exactly what you want to fit to your other pipes. Just pull it out, this one included, pull it out so you're getting that 2 to 4 feet away from your foundation. Really will help. This is the attic hatch, and what I'm looking for is a weather seal. You see, when you've got an attic hatch going into an attic in a garage, you have the possibility that fumes from vehicles, stored gasoline, etc., etc., can get back up into the attic, and that's a fire hazard. So this should have a weather seal on it. It's the same reason that there's a weather seal on the door to your house. Here's the weather seal here. Take a little torch of the flashlight away. So the weather seal there, okay? And that is required really on an attic hatch. It reduces the possibility of fumes getting in, and of course then reduces the probability of a fire. Here we've got a switch, and we've got a cover on it. Well, that's all well and good, it's nice to have a cover on that switch. However, it's the incorrect type of cover. You can see that the switch itself, the cover, protrudes either side of the junction box. Well, the reason it's done in that is that it's intended to be installed on a drywall inside the house. Now we're outside the house now, we're actually in the attic, and that can be broken. That should be a metal cover there, not a plastic cover. This is a water heater, and what we're looking at is the hood. And as I'm speaking, you can see a little bit of wind is moving the hood. It's not a great deal. But if I go over and with my hand, you can see this hood is loose. And we don't want them loose, because if it does become disconnected, which it can, we're going to have fumes coming directly into the attic. Now, in addition to the hood, there's something going on here which is not right. You have severe corrosion within a year on the fittings. You can see here, we've got the fitting here, we've got corrosion. We've also got corrosion on the fitting this side. See where it is? That's really quite severe. I've never seen it on a year-old unit like this. I think what you need to do is to have these investigated by a plumber. These type of fittings should actually be isolated. There's a plastic isolation there, so that they don't actually, the two dissimilar metals don't come into contact with each other. This looks like two dissimilar metals are, and that causes corrosion. Now that will also cause corrosion inside the water heater itself. This is air handler number 2. We've got a distorted door here. It's going to suck air from the attic into the system, which is never a good thing. We're not getting the complete seal. At the rear of air handler number 2 we have the insulation covering coming away from the metalwork. The Romex cable running over the decking, that's got to be covered and protected. This is the wall and window inspection exterior. What you need to look for are holes in the caulking, like we got here. You see this hole in this caulking here? Well, that's going to allow water into the building. It's going to rain later today and probably tomorrow, and you can get gallons of water through a hole like that. Also periodically come out, you know, once a year, check you don't get cracks appearing in the mortar on the windowsills, because again that's going to allow water into the house. So we've got a window on the left elevation, side elevation, sorry, the right side elevation, got myself turned around here. We're now at the rear elevation. This is the bedroom, and down in the corner here we've got another hole. Now we've got holes in the caulking here. It's going to allow water in. The place to look for foundation movement is around windows and walls on the exterior. See, when these foundations are very malleable, they bend, but the walls are not, they crack. Got some debris in there. Stand at the front elevation, and to the right of the door we have cracks appearing in the mortar by the rock fascia, and that needs to be sealed using water getting in. If water gets in and it freezes, it's going to pull the brickwork away. It could be. We're standing in the garage. We're at the small garage door, and just above it to the left, actually at the soffit, we've got a crack here, and we've got a bit of movement away from the building as the building moves independent of the roof. That's got to be sealed, and that crack's got to be mortared to stop water getting in, and it needs to be observed. Standing at the rear elevation looking at the porch, and the porch has an attic. Now, the problem is that there is no access to the attic itself, and we have electrical wiring up there, and of course we have flashings above it, and there is a possibility of leaks, and there would be a need at some point or another to enter that attic. And the only way to do that would be to cut the boarding away. And this is unsafe, and really it should have attic access. Any attic over 300 square foot should have access to it to allow people to safely get in and out of it. This is the porch. We're looking at the soffit and the trim board, and you can see, if you look closely, there's a hole in the wall. That is the sill. Okay, we're infrared scan. I want to scan inside, I don't want to do it through the door.
Oh, you're fine.
That's good. Great, I've finished there, thanks.